Yeah, and considering, what's going on in the world right now, person that I know that you have studied uh, a lot and have respect for, uh, Lennon, and I don't mean John Lennon, it once said, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks decades happen. And I mean, and just recently we saw, uh, well, as far as we know, an attempted assassination on the former president and then candidate Trump. And then about a week later, all of a sudden, very quietly on Twitter, in the afternoon, lazy Sunday afternoon, Biden bows out of the race, and then he endorses Kamala Harris, and all this happens so quickly, and everything else that's been going on, Palestine and Ukraine and BRICS, and the economic summit in St. Petersburg, Russia, and then there's the Beijing declaration that just happened, and their diplomatic agenda, which is to stand, for the Palestinians and against the genocide. So basically, we're seeing ICJ stepping up, with basically crimes against humanity. I mean, all of this is happening so fast. What are your thoughts on that? Where do you think we might be? What might we see next? What's going to happen next, do you think?
Well, I think it's very clear that the Biden administration and their policies around the world are failing. And there's concern about what comes next. I think Kamala Harris, if she becomes president, would take things in a much worse direction. She represents New America Foundation, Anne Marie Slaughter, and those kind of voices that want to foment global revolution and unrest for their own reasons, to create and foment what they call the open international system, which is imperialism. It's capitalism in its monopolistic stage, and they want, endless chaos, et cetera, to spread and maintain the rule of Western banks and corporations. Whereas I think Donald Trump represents one faction that is self-interested, that may not be fully on board with that, and is probably more clear-headed in how it understands things. And the fact that Donald Trump faced that assassination attempt, the fact that he's got J.D. Vance, who said things about Ukraine, about not wanting to send money to Ukraine, et cetera, all of that seems to indicate that we'd probably be safer from nuclear annihilation in World War III with a Trump administration rather than a Harris administration. So, I don't endorse any candidate, and my organization certainly doesn't. We have people in our group that'll probably vote for different candidates, et cetera. But it looks to me like Kamala Harris is the main danger, and especially on the global stage, someone as unstable as her and someone as indifferent to other people's suffering as her shouldn't be making our foreign policy judgments.